as we enter April, now is an ideal time to start sowing those annual seeds for your annual interest in the garden. So whether that be flowers, large foliage plants, then these plants can really make that little bit of difference to add that touch of tropical while you wait for your hardier shrubs to establish. So I'm growing just 4 annual seeds this year. So the first one is Ricinus. I'm also growing something called perilla, which is also known as shiso, which is a herb, and I'm also growing Amaranthus early splendor. Now these herbs and plants should make a real contrasting difference. And I'm also growing Solanum lacinatum, which I grew last year. Such a fantastic plant for foliage. So what we're going to do in this video is we're going to look at the methods I use to sow these and what should give you guys the best germination rate possible. So let's start with Ricinus. So the only Ricinus I've got for this year are these communis bright red, which I grew last year, and they were awesome. They look fantastic. So they come in this little packet here. It's meant to be 5 in there, but I can only see 4. So I'm going to open it up, pop them in this water, and let them soak for 24 hours. Now, of course, Ricinus seeds are very toxic, like the whole plant, so don't suggest you handle them. And if you do, wash your hands thoroughly. Don't ingest them, and keep them out of the reach of children and pets. So these are going to be soaking in the greenhouse. So I'm just going to pop them on this shelf here and let them soak for 24 hours, and then we'll come back and we'll have a look at how we sow them. So these Ricinus seeds have been soaking for 24 hours, and we're now going to sow them. Now, ideally, you want to put them straight into compost, less root disturbance, less handling of the plants. So as we know, they're very toxic. So I've got a good mix of multi-purpose compost and perlite in here. This is a 7cm pot with a humidity dome as well. Now, you don't have to have anything as fancy as this to do it. You know, anything like an old milk bottle or egg boxes or anything like that will do just fine. But what you do need for quick germination is heat. So a sunny windowsill. I'm lucky I've got heated propagators, but anything like that will do the job. So we've got our drained seeds here. We don't want to handle them, or we want to handle them as little as possible. So I'm going to make a 1cm deep hole. Get my seeds. There he goes, pop. Doesn't matter which way up because they will just germinate just fine. And now I'm going to cover him up. On goes the humidity dome. And I'm going to pop straight into the heated propagator. And it is as simple as that. 2 to 3 weeks, you should see little shoots emerging, and you can leave in the pot until it's ready to plant out. So the next one is Amaranthus early splendor. Now I have grown Amaranthus before, you know, the usual, what do they call it, love lies bleeding. I found it pretty floppy and top heavy, but really grew well. So this one is a little bit different. Just look at the foliage. So there's absolutely loads of seeds in this, and they're all very tiny. So I'm not going to sow them all at once. We're going to do something called succession seeding. So or succession sowing. I'm just going to grow a few to begin with, a couple of pots. So again, got the well drained with perlite multi-purpose compost. Now these seeds should be surface sown. So just chucked on the surface and then just left to their own devices. So I'm just going to sprinkle some on top, give them a water in. Now when you water, don't water too fiercely. The reason being, these are very light seeds and they're just pushed to the edges of the pots, which is not ideal. So once we've got our seeds sown, they need to go in a heated propagator, or just on a sunny windowsill. If you don't have a propagator, that's absolutely fine. And then they should germinate within 7 days. Now these are fantastic plants because they grow up to 1.2 meters in the full sun, and they add a real contrast to your garden. You know, with all the greens that we get in a tropical garden, this dark foliage with this bright red new growth, It's going to look fantastic. I harvested a load of berries off the Solanum lacinatum last year and got the seeds out, and I put a load in this pot here and they're germinating. So we should have a nice display of these too. So the next one we are going to sow is that perilla red, which is a herb, and they use it in Japan for sushi and things like that, tempura and things. Again, these ones don't need to be planted too deeply. These are 1 millimetre deep, but what I am going to do is I'm going to cover them with vermiculite just to give them that covering rather than dig a trench 1 millimetre deep. I'm not going to use them all. So we're sowing in the same way as we sowed the Amaranthus. So cover with vermiculite, not too deeply, and again we are going to water this well. So I just love the purple leaves that you get on this. They're really crinkly, you know, they look a little bit like coleus. They should add a real bit of interest. So again, these germinate quite quickly. They should germinate within 1 to 3 weeks. So again, a little bit of heat to get these germinated. Sunny windowsill propagator should set for a really good season. So make sure to subscribe because in a couple of weeks time these will be germinating and we don't want to miss that. So now for something completely different. Last week I did a video on the irrigation system I was planning to put into my garden. Been a few changes, so let's have a look at the latest episode in this saga. So all connected, let's see how it all works. So we have all these different nozzles. I'm going to put the water on and we're going to see how much actually comes out. So turned right down, that should be a dripper, but it's actually a spray by the looks of it. Interesting. And we have starting to run out of pressure after a little while. That's the water on full. A little bit further. That's pretty pathetic. A bit more there. Tiny bit coming out of that one. So I'm going to have to readjust, I think. So these ones down here that are meant to be giving like a little spread, they're doing something, but this one that's meant to be the dripper is really putting out a spray. So my plan is, I think I'm going to replace some of these ones that have a bit more flow going through them into these ones like that. So it is irrigating my garden, just not in the way that I wanted it to. Back to the drawing board. I don't know whether it's actually going to work out because the water pressure needed to make this work is high, but the tubing can't actually handle the water pressure. So back to the drawing board. So it didn't work, couldn't get it to work, so it all came out. No harm done and just £10 lost. But what I have got is this. This is what they call a soaker hose, which is a porous hose, and it works very, very well. I'm just waiting on some pegs to arrive so I can pin it into place. But let's have a quick look at how it works. So as you can see, it just drips out water all the way along. So I've got it going all the way around the back, completely different to where I had the other head set up, but I just need to make sure that it all works. So I've got to go around the bananas, I'm going to move it over to the tetrapanax there as well, and then I'm going to move it into the miscanthus. Obviously the gunnerer needs water, so yeah, I'm really pleased with that. And you can pick up those soaker hoses really cheaply. It's only about £20 for 30 metres. So the whole garden is going to be covered in soaker hose. But what I am going to do is, there's obviously some plants which prefer it on the dry side, so those plants I'm going to put sections of hose pipe, not porous hose pipe, in between the soaker hose, so we get a constant flow going all the way around the garden, and it's going to be watering the plants that just need watering. So the bags have arrived, and this gives me a good idea. It's just a rough start of how we're going to get this garden looking. Did have a split, as you can see, had to connect it, but I am generally pleased, and I actually looped it over. There's a bucket of Pseudosassa japonica there, so I've looped it over that just so that gets constant water. Yeah, pleased. Obviously, a lot more to do, and that will be coming up later on. So thanks for watching if you made it to the end. Hope you found the seed sowing useful, and as you can see, the garden is ever progressing. We're due another storm, so I'm going to sign off for now. I'll see you on the next video.